Look what you made me do. Look what you just made me do. Look what you just made me do. I don't trust nobody and nobody trusts me.
Go. Well, it's 4:32. I have this one thing I want to drop off at this place, so I'm gonna go drop it off, I presume, and then we'll go from there. I'm really not that tired. Like, right now I'm having some hormonal issues. It's the time of the month for me, so yeah. My mom's always like, don't go around telling people that, but you know, it's the natural process of life. So I will say in advance, my face is not going to be part of this section of the video for that much. I'm trying to make this video a little longer because I'm on a social media break, and I say it like that because I really do need social media for the work I'm doing for my parents. So it's just kind of confusing. Like, I don't really want to be posting personal stuff, but I do need social media for work. So it's a lot to think about sometimes. But so I wanted to come on here to talk about a few things. So I just officially got divorced. Turns out there wasn't really needing extra paperwork because we pretty much did all the paperwork beforehand, and what that did was just ensure, like, my signature was all that was needed, and I was quote unquote served, as they say. And that was something I really truly would not recommend to my worst enemy. And I think about what I feel as a woman, like accepting someone's proposal, right? Like accepting that I was engaged when someone went down on one knee and asked me, will you marry me? And before he had said that, he had said, you have stuck with me through every part of my life that didn't make sense, and you make everything make sense. And now that same sentiment, someone else is telling me that I do for them, and experiencing that is like whiplash. And I know that I'm doing better, because if it was the fact that I wasn't, I would actually be tearing up right now, but I'm not. And for that, I do have to acknowledge, like, I've come a long way, even though it's only been like 2 months of this, of just, you know, canceling payments, canceling plans that we had, involving so many of our family and friends into things that we wanted them to be a part of. The day that I was supposed to be married, in a wedding, I mean, like actually physically doing that in front of people, when I was gonna do that, I didn't even realize it was the day of. And I remember just feeling a little weird that day, and granted, I had just bought a planner that I like to use, and I guess maybe because I wasn't looking in my planner, and then and that would have jogged some of my memory that that was supposed to be the day we were supposed to have our wedding. And like I said, I just felt so weird that day. And maybe, actually, I wouldn't even say maybe, I would say a lot of my subconscious, I just didn't want to remember the day. And now we are about a week after that, so now this would have been a week that I was married. Maybe we would have finally went on that honeymoon that we said we would go on, which was to go to New York. And my ex-partner, let's just be for real, my ex-partner had never been to New York. So we were planning to go to New York, and and I think that I was with someone who was very romantic, and almost just to a fault. I think that this person was naturally so romantic, and I always felt like I could never one-up them in the romance department. I mean, I wrote love letters every day when they would come home from work. I even would give random gifts here and there. I guess now the waterworks will come, but I really tried my best, and then I realized my best can be better than that. And no amount of declarations of love will ever show what love can truly do for someone. And I know that the part of my life that this person came into was one of the hardest of my life. I mean, I don't even know if I can talk about it extensively enough at this point, but I had just moved back home. The relationship with my parents, I mean, rocky wouldn't even cut it. Like me and my parents have gone through like so many crazy roller coasters. I mean, like some of my friends, or some people who are no longer friends with me, but they know exactly what I'm talking about. I mean, there was a time I was actually homeless, and coming from a family like mine, I mean, that sometimes, I guess maybe if you're from a big city, your family would leave you out on the street. But yeah, so my parents just let me go, and I had always wondered, like, what did I do wrong? And that stuff traumatizes you. It really does. And that's why I really do try to volunteer or do things to make people in that similar or same situation feel like it's not the end of the world. Because that feeling, I mean, like, I just remember I had nowhere to go. I remember actually calling up a friend, and I was like, I need to talk to you. Like, I don't know what I'm doing with my life. I'm in so much school debt and college debt, and my folks just said they're done with me. I have actually nowhere to go. And I remember telling him, like I admit defeat. It's been years of this. I admit that I just, for some odd reason, I'm always going back and forth with the parents who gave me life, and I can't do it anymore. And then I was homeless, and I remember just wanting to go to a homeless shelter, and I knew a couple, and I was just like, I have to go. And the thing was, I was saying, you know what, but the one thing that I feel really weird about is that people from church are going to find out, and they're going to think that my life is not only crazy but psychotic. And I was just like, I don't think I can live with that embarrassment. And so basically what I did was I called my one friend from high school who I hadn't spoken to in like 3 years or something. I call him, and I'm like, listen, I wouldn't call you if it wasn't dire, but I'm actually homeless right now. I have nowhere to go. I could easily try to go to a shelter, but they're gonna know how much money I make or whatnot, and they're gonna see my parents' money, and they're gonna see whoever's money, and they're just gonna not care. And so please, if you care about me, please like let me in. And my one friend, he let me live with him, and to this day, that act of charity, like, I guess they wouldn't consider it charity, right? But like, I guess that act of like knowing that someone is in such a weird spot that you set up a whole room for them. Like, I mean, I'm literally going to like start bawling if I remember this, but they set up a whole room for me, and it was like I was a part of their family, and now we're no longer friends, but not for lack of a bad reason, or sorry, lack of a good reason. You know, he has a girlfriend, he moved out or something like that. I'm so proud of him, even if it's on the sidelines that I am. And yeah, so, you know, it's so crazy because I qualify for so many government benefits, but at the same time, I don't want to take them. You know, I really don't, because I guess it's the conservative side of me where I'm like, and I'm not a registered Republican, but, you know, I guess it's the conservative side of me where I'm like, I don't want to mooch off of the economy. I don't want to do all these things. Like, my parents had always taught me, at least, that if you have a lot of money, then you don't get the government benefits, or if you are capable, you still don't do it. And I know that I'm capable, and so that's why I don't want to accept, and I don't want to apply and accept, or whatever the case may be. And yeah, so we're gonna do that. We're gonna see what we can do. When I say that, I mean I gave my partner a call. Hopefully he's not going to hit me with a non-disclosure agreement. If any of you know what that is, or the acronym, the NDA. Hopefully he's not going to hit me with that, or serve me with that, as they say. But you know, my partner, my ex-partner, he would get very pissed at me if I didn't say ex-partner. My ex-partner and I believe we're no longer on speaking terms, not even through email, as we once were. And I really, of course, I really want to, let's phrase it again. I really don't want to give the wrong idea, and I really want to give the right idea of the fact that there are things that, even as complex and as intricate as I can be telling people the situation, there's never enough detail to show how it really felt, or to show just how much went into something. And so, as much as I'm giving y'all details like that are very, very personal but seem very descriptive, there's so much more to it. There is always a lot to a story. And the story, I guess, to sum it up, was that I fell in love. I didn't want to wait to be married. I wanted to get married pretty much almost right away. And the thing was, I centered it around Valentine's Day. We were wedding planning on Valentine's Day, and we went to the beach area in Boca Raton. And so we were in Boca Raton, and I guess something about being there and how him and I had met around that area, I just felt like, I was like, listen, I know you want a big wedding, and I know you want it to be a certain way, but I don't care about a wedding. I just want to be with you. And that's something that I carry on to this day. Like, if I want to be with someone, I don't care for the white dress that has to be X inches long, or whatever the heck, however they measure it. And I don't care for the bouquet and all these different things. I don't care for the music, the celebrations, the money. I really care about being with someone. And a lot of people get it twisted where they're like, oh, like, you want to be with someone, you don't want to put in the work, or you want to be with someone because it looks good or whatever. No, guys and girls, everyone involved, I want to be with people through thick and thin because of the love I have for them. I believe that love is real. I believe that it's not just kindness, it's not just associated by nature that you're doing this for someone or that for someone. I believe in love. I believe in true love, and I believe that had it not been for the circumstances I've been through, I would have seen it from a mile away that I made a bad decision. But because of the fact that I got comfortable with someone, I got really comfortable with this person, that I felt like I didn't have to show up as my best self every day. And what I mean by that is I didn't have to try to be the best, is what I'm saying. I didn't have to, because they accepted the best as it was. So I never had to strive to make our situation better, because that person put the boundaries on me that this is the way they wanted me to be. And that's why I said, for the future, I choose my own destiny. I choose what I'm doing with my life. I choose what to value for myself. I'm not going to put everything down on the line because someone tells me I have to, because of the fact that they think they know better than me, or they want to control every aspect of my life because I'm a servant to them. I'm not going to be anyone's servant ever. Ever.